This is the Purple Haze. I'm going to show you how I like to tie this fly, and hopefully you can learn something, maybe incorporate something that I do into the way that you tie this fly as well. It's one of my most productive dry flies, and I am constantly tying this fly just because I like the way that I tie it, and it's super effective for myself. So as you can see here, I just begin with tying on my thread and getting that base going. I like to use Cocktailion for my tail. I don't really think it makes a big difference. It's pretty thin, so I like that, but you can use pheasant tail or whatever you like for the tail of this fly. I like to secure it pretty well, go up and down a couple of times. I do put one wrap underneath the tail that just keeps it kind of up and out so that it doesn't go down after the curve of the hook. Then I like to build up a little bit of thread right here. This is going to go in front of the post, and it helps that post from sliding forward and keeps it in place. I really like this orange dyed calf tail for my post. It makes it really easy to see on the water. And I also like what it does for the body. So as you can see, I cut it at kind of tapered, and when I wrap the body, I go really slow and I just do one thread over the whole body. And what this does is it makes that purple thread a little bit translucent so you can almost see the orange coming through it. And I just like the color that it produces. And I also really like the shape of the body that this produces when you cut that calf tail at this angle. So just something a little bit different about this fly. I just like the colors and what it does. I don't know if it makes a difference, but in my mind, it does. And I think that that helps my confidence when I'm throwing this fly out on the water. So then I just build up this post. I don't go up very high, maybe just a third of the way up the post. One or two wraps around the post is plenty. And then I like to just secure the post. As you can see here, I put my hackle on. I like to tear off one side of the hackle. It just allows that hackle to lay prettier up on the post. Honestly, it probably doesn't make a difference, but it does make the fly look better to the eye. And then I pull back the hackle and tie it to the front. I like tying it forward just because it'll get a bunch of wraps as I'm finishing the fly up. It's going to continue to get wraps on that, and it just helps so the hackle doesn't come undone. I've had flies where you don't secure that very well, and that hackle will come undone, and then you don't have the hackle on that post any longer. Then I like to put a thorax on the fly. The key to this is not to put too much of that dubbing on. I really like the ice purple dubbing. It gives it a bit of a shine. I think it helps it stand out even more. But you can use a different color of purple or whatever. And the key to this is to just not to put too much dubbing on. You don't need a very big thorax. It doesn't take very much. So use your dubbing sparingly. And really, that's the fly. I put a couple whip finishes on. Sometimes I didn't do it on this fly, but put something to secure that more, like super glue or other products that are made more for fly tying. Most of my flies don't get used long enough that the super glue really matters, but head cement works really well. And there you have it. I really like this fly. That's just how I've kind of tied all of my purple hazes. I've had a lot of success with them. So hopefully you can have some success too. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.